What you think, man?
I've been in the polyamory lifestyle. I can't even say lifestyle because it's not a lifestyle. It's a way of loving, not a way of living. I've been polyamorous for about 10 years now.
Okay.
And the mindset for me is mentally, I think I've been polyamorous longer than actually practicing it because I've always felt that this like monogamy just doesn't fit for me.
Right.
I don't understand why I have to only love one person or why I can only show affection for one person. Where is this written? Why do I have to go along with what the societal standard supposedly is?
Right.
And then the problem comes when you love somebody too much. When you let yourself love somebody too much,
and they don't love you the same.
It's not even matter whether they love you back or not. They can love you back, but it's still unhealthy to love somebody that much. Which I understand that ideology of that. Well, I can't have. I might as well. I've been there. I know that. But at the same time, you have to realize, what your culpability is in a relationship going, however it went. You start thinking about, well, damn, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. So, you can love somebody too much. And then, see, that complicates things for us men because we already have a hard time forming those emotional attachments. You already told don't do that.
The missing link to that goes back to a time before we even thought, why doesn't my father like is that a protection for me?
Right.
Or is that the way he was raised? Or maybe somebody hugged him one day, a man hugged him. I'm not saying this is what happened, but I'm just saying we got
No, but there are things that could have happened that absolutely that caused him to be the way he is.
Made him feel weird, needed.
Right.
So the things that we think are sometimes a rejection or a lack may have been a protection.
And most of the time they are, like absolutely. So if we don't understand that, all we know is the rejection.
You see, like what I understand with my father,
Men were going to jail, killing each other, and then now we got bisexual, then we got gays, now we got transgender. So with all of that going on, the purpose of that was removing the black man, the black male from the household. Okay? So with him not being in the household, she's getting the welfare, or she's out there in the workforce, forced to take care of herself, and if she have children, to take care of the children alone. Whether he's in jail, whether he's dead, whether he's bisexual, whether he's gay, whatever. The black male was removed from the home, and black woman was forced to provide for the children, for herself.
You're missing one other thing that removes black male from the home. That's white women. Because after a while, it was a run on black men, white women. Yeah, white women. You know, at one point, black men, they just had to have a white woman. No matter what their social economical status was, white women was the way to go. And so that pulled a lot of black men out of the house.
Damn, I sure missed that. I mean, I know Rick James, you know, I know, you know, I mean, you did it. I just didn't think of that as a major absence of the black man. So you
being a provider means so many things.
Right.
It means put you in a house. You know, it means I got your back. It means we're doing it together. It means I'm not gonna walk away when things get hard. You know, that's providing, right? I'm gonna provide emotional protection so that you can, you know, I'll be present for you when you don't feel like you can be there for yourself or whatever, you know. So there's so much more definition to the thing, right? And even on the flip side, looking at, you know, men with kids, right? I remember I did not want a man who had kids, and I was about 25 when I met my ex-husband and stuff like that.
Yo, what it do? Welcome to another session. Speak on it podcast 2K24 summer edition. Doing what it do. Football season. About time to get in them trenches. You know what I'm saying? I just hope it's more realer this year than what it was last year. But yes, it's been a lot going on across the globe, especially in the hometown. Shout out to everybody that lost somebody. It's been a busy week down there in Bastrop, Louisiana. Some heavy hitters, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. So before I get into the topic, you know, I touch on a couple of little things going on in the news, a couple of trending topics, and then I get into the topic of the night. So first off, in the trending topic thing, let's get straight to it. Dip in and dip out the night. Consistency is what it takes to be successful in anything. You gotta have that consistent. So each and every Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, around that time, I'm here. So just tune in. So trending topics. I do trending topics. Already, we got a lot of mixed views about what I'm about to show right now. And my brother had mentioned to me, never debate with nobody about politics or religion. So I'm just going to talk about it. I'm not debating about it. But right now, it's showing that the vice president, Kamala Harris, is leading, you know, in popularity in the polls, even though the electoral vote, I feel, is what determines your president, the electoral vote, not the popular vote. I've witnessed two of those get overthrown, two populars get overthrown by the electorals in my lifetime. So I don't have confidence in the popular vote. So That's just my take on it. But right now, she's, it's neck and neck, but she is holding on to the lead. And I just think at the end of the day, it's not about who has the best values and the best views and the plan moving forward. I think people gonna decide on who they like. But like I say, the electorals is what decides it. But she's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if she win the popular vote, because a lot of people want to see history and not his story. History is getting a woman president. His story is letting Trump get in there and do things his way. So I got a feeling that she's probably going to pull ahead, and she might win that popular vote unless they can find something else, another flaw, so that's what I think. But yeah, she's ahead right now, popularity. Austin, what's happening with you, man? It's been tough. What you got going, man?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Dude, what y'all say? Just glad to be.
Yeah. Give a shout out to the Delafus family and the loss of their mother, and I lost sound.
Okay. All right. But yeah, it ain't digest with me yet. I'm still digesting that one. But yeah. I meant to text you yesterday, but I left it alone. But yeah, it's busy. And the next trending topic I want to talk about before I jump on the topic of the evening. And also make sure I can hear you. Say something, because I don't hear you. I don't hear you. I usually hear you rumbling. I don't hear nothing. So work on that while I talk about the other topic. All right. We were all wondering, was it a setup? Was it planned? Was it fake? But it's stating that Chris Rock wins the lawsuit for being slapped by Will Smith. He's been awarded $40 million. $40 million. Will is worth 250, 350, 350. Will worth about 350. Let me see. What is Will Smith net worth?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect.
All right, cool.
Let's see. What's Will Smith net worth?
Well, 40 million less than what he had.
Boy. But he get ready to come out with the I Am Legend, and I'm sure they got a couple of other movies in the thing, but I think he's 350. Yeah, 350 million. And that was as of March. So that was before the Bad Boys dropped. Yeah, so Bad Boys just made that up.
Yeah, he got it.
Yeah,
ain't gonna hurt him.
No. He good people. I mean, the society of today, they forget things a little quicker than Gen X, you know what I'm saying? Gen Y. they tend to forget things. The new generation, the millennials and the cancel generation, Gen Z. Somebody did something like that back in the day. They boycotted. They didn't give a damn. Bad Boys 2 would have had Bad Boys forever, whatever the last one was, it would have had the lowest rating. You know, this generation was like, shit, it ain't happened to me. No shit, fuck it, I'm gonna go see that Will Milk. You know, but when it happened, everybody wanted to be against him. You know, the whole, I can't stand him. He wrong for that. I would have did this, da. He wouldn't touch nobody. He knew who to slap, blah, blah, blah. And as soon as he dropped the movie, and everybody going, now, well, that ain't got nothing to do with me, you know. So we just in a different time, man. I don't understand the newbies.
Yeah, I'm kind of wishing he would have slapped me.
I know, right? You would have fell out, laid the hell down.
Yeah, I sure would have. I would have came up with epilepsy.
Nigga, I ain't even trying to fight you back.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, so he got rewarded that. So
would have put my man head in my pocket that day.
He in his house. Now I'm wondering what Chris Rock can do with that 40 million. Is he gonna launch something? Is he gonna, you know what I'm saying? I mean, come up with some movies? You know, what he gonna do with it? What's his investment? I just chill on it.
Probably just chill on it. Ain't like he broke. You know what I'm saying?
No.
That's just 40 million.
So that's extra money to do whatever, you know. Like 50 Cent just wants money, but he needed it. Did you see what he's doing in Shreveport?
Yeah, somebody sent me that today.
Yeah, man. And if I would have been in Louisiana, shit, I would have been there front stage by him, with him. But if he do it on the same date, which I think he is, it's gonna be kind of like a little Mardi Gras type deal. I'm gonna go check it out. But I'm not gonna be with the inner crowd. I'm gonna be with the backstagers and things. But I'm gonna definitely have to get down that way and check it out. That was nice. Huge turnout. And I like to see that. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. But yeah, that was. Let's see. But yeah.
Where's George at tonight?
Doing big things. I don't know where George at. But they got that lit like Bourbon Street, man.
Yeah, what's that? The boardwalk down there?
That's just downtown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he doing big things. So I definitely I'm gonna catch next year's. I'm gonna get my little VIP passes and things. I'm gonna go check out next year's.
That's what's up.
Yeah. But yeah, interesting topic. And and like I said on the post, we were kind of taught, love don't pay bills. You know what I'm saying? But we also heard money can't buy you love. So, it was a tug of war growing up, listening to those sayings and how to apply them in life. Because love don't pay bills and money can't buy you love. So, it's kind of a cliche. It's kind of mixed up on which route you want to go down. Convenience, do you get in a relationship for love? Okay. Now, we've learned too that today's saying is marriage is a business, And then you look at the business side with the employees, and then once I say that, I also hear you saying so many times, looking good on paper and being happy is two different things. And then you wonder why the divorce rate is so high. Why within 3 to 5 years there's a divorce? Why? And I think they say in 3 to 5 is 35%. And if they make it past 5 years to 10 years, it's 27%. So it's like, why, you know, but it's because majority of people are, the love factor is missing, I feel, in the relationships. Because even when you look at shows, and even like we used to kind of buy into it too when we first started calling ourselves seriously dating. When we call each other, we'll say, "Man, she got a good job, man. She got 401k. She's been on that job for 10 years, bro. She graduated from Xavier, and she doing it. She making about 70, 80,000 a year right now. And you know, and she moving up in the company. You know, that used to be out, but what mine making you know, and that was our thing on who got the best, da 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 da. But that love factor, you try to make yourself. A lot of us try to make ourselves fall in love with what looks good on paper and what made us look good in society. What, you know, the big income, the big houses, the big cars, you know what I'm saying? And so a lot of them get in those relationships, be unhappy, infidelity, that eventually leads to separation and divorce. And that's why, because, and then you also look at the ones that marry for convenience. The downside of that is they stay in that relationship because it's convenient, unhappy, miserable, toxic, violent. But I'm comfortable here. That's like they say with the slaves. Massa, the other slaves that was outside was ready to leave. The house slaves was like, Massa good to us. I don't see why y'all trying to leave. You know, and so that's where the twist comes, and then you have to look at what's really important in a relationship. But it takes a lot of people. Like it took me forever to get to that point to just say I'm going to be in a serious relationship. But I understand I know people personally that's in convenient relationships. It's for the convenience. I'm just gonna wait this out. You know, it ain't that bad. Yeah, he messing around with Sharon, and yeah, she messing around with Mr. Charlie, but they stay together.
Now, don't go
You know,
blaming Mr. Charlie now.
hey,
Mr. Charlie just
they
a
say he
man.
just a man, and he doing the best he can. But you know, but that's how that's how it falls down.
Well,
So
you
do
know,
you do convenience or do you do love? You know,
that's where all those songs come from. Cheating in the next room. Don't want to be the first to say goodbye. He's got papers on. She's got papers on me. You know, all of those. So this has been going on for years and years and years. There's been songs written about them. Go back and listen to some of those old songs that hit different now that you have some life experience.
right?
Um, you know, recently my wife's grandmother passed away. Um, and she's been trying to be strong, and so in a convenience relationship, in a convenience relationship, then I wouldn't have been able to be there for her like I am out of a
Okay.
in love relationship for her. I have never been the um, true
Emotional,
emotional, you know, take care of you like that type of person. I was like, okay, you'll get over it
yeah.
because that's
Take back.
just the way. Yeah, that's just the way that I was. That's life. But taking the time out to hold her, to comfort her, to use comforting words for her, to hurt because she's hurting, you know, those things you can't get those things in a uh, convenience relationship. It's just not on the shelf like a convenience store. Um, and the convenience just being there for certain things. You know what I'm saying, for
Right.
comfort things. Um, but so. you miss out on that emotional support. You miss out on that caring. You miss out on that someone to um, fall in the arms of when you fall on certain emotional times, hard times, when you're hurting, when you're going through, you know. So, and the most hardest person out there, always you still need someone that you can count on, someone that has your back, someone that you know that's always in your corner. And unfortunately, that's where cheating comes in. When you're in a relationship of convenience, you find someone, you have your convenient partner there with you, but then you have another convenient partner that you're dealing with that gives you the emotional support and whatever else that you need. So it's always you have these two things or three things or whatever, how many people you have to fulfill certain spaces that you're lacking in a relationship that's built on emotions and love. So you have to make that choice. So in a lot of cases, you are unhappy, and that's the reason that you're seeking happiness in all these different places. Different pieces of different people make you happy, versus finding someone that is the whole, that makes you, that helps complete you, and you all make each other whole.
Okay. Now, when you look at the completing and making whole, okay, could that turn into a, well, I guess that wouldn't be considered a dependency, would it?
Nah, because
Okay.
there's always gonna be, if we were all the same, then no one would need anyone, right?
Mhm. Right.
So when there are certain things that my wife has that I don't have, there are certain things that I have that she doesn't have, certain strengths and weaknesses. So
Mhm.
my strengths make her weaknesses stronger,
Okay.
and her strengths make my weaknesses stronger.
Okay. The key word that you said that cleared that up was stronger, meaning that you're survivable. You can survive, but it just helps make that area that you're weaker, kind of weaker in, stronger.
Right,
And that what makes the whole relationship a unit. Okay.
right.
So now, convenience, for those who don't know what a convenience relationship is. When you're married into a convenience marriage, it's contracted for reasons other than that of love and commitment. Instead, such marriage is entered for a person's personal gain. It's entered for personal gain. So there's basically a person getting with you for their personal gain or some other sort of strategic purpose. Like they running for office. Hey, let's get married. There's no feeling of love that's in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they care about each other to even do that, because you have to care about them, but it's no love. And a love relationship is a connection between two people based on trust, affection, and mutual respect. And me personally, all of that, especially the trust and the mutual respect, is what I'm hitting for. It's a relationship where both partners feel safe enough to express their feelings, even if they're difficult or negative. So, communication, somebody that you can talk to. If you sitting around and you can't express yourself to your partner, to your mate, then it's not a love connection there. So that's the difference in the two. One is for personal gain, and the one gives you the respect. They
Mhm.
care about your feelings. They care about you. So if you ask me which one I want to be in, I'm gonna choose the love as well, because I keep myself financially stable, and I would hate to be in a relationship, especially a marriage, where I'm worrying about if she leave, what am I gonna do?
Right.
If she
Or he
leave me,
leave.
I can't get the, what car I'm gonna have, what house I'm gonna live in, how I'm gonna eat. I don't want to be in no, you know what I'm saying, relationship like that. So convenience. Well, we look good when we step out. She look good on my arm when I walk into parties, and she's sitting back, you know, and I don't really,
Looking at the next dude.
yeah, yeah. She looking at the next guy. I'm checking out the women. I don't really want to be with her, but
So
you know,
when
we
she
look
hit,
good together. You know
mhm.
what I'm saying?
And when we
That
go
just,
home, we sleeping in different rooms.
yeah. And that's the, hey, you know what? I was just talking to somebody the other day, and we were just, you know, going over relationships, and then one of them said, yeah, you know, I want my own room. You know, we need our own space. You know, and then I was like, that's what I see. You know, Big Daddy did that. You know, Big Daddy and Big Mom slept in different rooms, but and they did that on some of them old. You know, I think Lucy and them slept in different beds on the I
For a
Love
while.
Lucy show.
Yeah. Well,
You know?
you know, they weren't able to. That was because of ratings. They weren't able to show them in the bed together like that in the beginning. But later on, down in the series, that's when they start sleeping in the bed together. They were actually in separate beds in the earlier years.
Okay, yeah, that was last week. Getting together, but someone else also said that. So I was like, it's a thing where they're getting homes where the men have their own room and the women have their own bedrooms, and they just meet up whenever, you know, they want to do it. And then how they get through, I guess he go in his room, she go in her room. I don't know, you know. She said a she shed and a man cave type deal, and that's where they sleep, you know. So I mean, I know couples that do that, you know, but they've been together forever. You get what I'm saying? It was like our parents and grandparents, and so I've seen that. Then there's they have relationships now where they live in totally different places. He has his own apartment or house or whatever. She has her own, and they meet, you know what I'm saying, whenever, but they're married. You know, they have marriage license and all that. They just live in different uh places. And that's becoming a little popular too. So it's like it's the world is changing and it's different. Nothing is you know, and like we always say at the end of the day, it's whatever suits your situation and your relationship. You know what I'm saying? So um and then I have a partner that's going through it. And they come to you for advice. And so my thing is when the disrespect, see, don't, and I tell people, don't ask me questions if you don't really want the answer. And they going through it. And so I went over there and I preached to both of them for shit 2.5 down to 3 hours. It worked for a good maybe 5 days, a good week. Then they get into it again. Then they get into it again. And so the last time they got into it, I just gave simple advice. I say, look, man, when disrespect sets in a relationship, when you going when that woman is disrespecting you, and that means to me a form of disrespect, telling their business, uh, you know, talking under the clothes, talking to their financials, to outsiders, to her friends, to co-workers, to whomever. that mean that relationship is on a thin thread, and you guys got to decide what the hell you're gonna do, because if it's going that deep, and I'm talking co-workers, I ain't talking about like we family. So if I call you and say, hey man, I'm going through this, then you're not quick to just side with me. You're gonna correct me. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but you were wrong when you did this. That's how we do each other. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. You know, we give each other constructive criticism in the actions and moves that we make in life. So I said, hey, bro, when the disrespect is there, the trust is gone. Because I want to do a topic. We're going to do a topic on when the trust is gone, it's time to move on. Because I'm not going to be up all night losing sleep, not working, trying to keep up with what she doing. I'm just not going to do that. That's just not something I'm going to do. So if it gets to that point, I'm going to pull back. And so I said, look, bro, you missing work. You're not sleeping. You're not eating. You're losing weight. I say, you can't watch no pussycat 24 hours a day, just like a woman can't watch no dog 24 hours a day. So I was like, I say, so you've been saying you wanted to leave. You've been saying you're going to leave. You've been saying this for 6-7 months now. I said, what you need to do is stack your paper. When you go to work, leave. Since you're saying you want to leave, the disrespect there is getting to the point where you want to put hands on her. If you got to beat her, you don't need her. So leave. What type of man to tell another man to leave? What type of man to tell another man to leave his wife? A nigga that care about you. The nigga that's telling you like it is. That's who's gonna tell you what to do. You just didn't want to hear that shit. But I'm telling you the truth. If y'all going through that and you thinking about caving her head in, bro, the respect ain't there. Leave. Bottom line, you told me that. I've told you that. It is what it is.
When people used to come to me, I say, look, do you want me to tell you something sweet or nice, or you want me to tell you the truth? I said, now how you want to take it? How you want to take it? I said, but I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to you. I try to make it as nice and sweet and clean as possible. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you if, hey, I really don't see y'all making it.
Oh, he mad now because he didn't want to hit it.
I mean, if you come to me, anyone should know by now. And I think I've stopped giving that advice because I think I would just keep it too real for people.
Yeah.
And I make it too explicit. I said, now she out in the street, you coming home, she coming back to the house, and y'all fussing and fighting, then y'all make up, you kissing, so now you sucking, you know, from the dude that she just left. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said, and so and y'all basically pulling the train if y'all both hitting her in the same night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Taking turns.
Yeah. And then so you coming home from messing with Susie Mae down the street, you know what I'm saying? And then y'all fighting. You saying you're happier when you with Susie Mae, but on the flip side of that, you're not with Susie Mae all the time. So it's always gonna seem like it's good because all y'all have is fun times.
Right.
Now when it gets hard, then you may have the same situation. And then you're gonna have to figure out if you're the issue or the women that you're picking is the issue.
Well, I think with him, the reason it hit him different is he's not doing nothing. He ain't trying to see nobody because he too busy watching her. So, and I was like, even if you don't see nobody, when it get to the point where she ain't paying you no mind and she enjoying being with her single friends and doing whatever she doing, I say, dress up every now and then. Go riding, go to a lounge, go, Make yourself look decent. You know what I'm saying? Hold 1 or 2 conversations with the women that's looking at him or saying something to him at work. Make himself feel like if he wanted to, he could.
But here's the thing. He doesn't feel good. So no matter what he puts on or whatever he does, it's still not gonna feel good, and he's not gonna feel good. So if he ends up talking to somebody, it's gonna be about his girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you need to resolve whatever issue it is you have between you and that person. Because trying to mask it, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, and what happened with that, and I'm sure both of us have been in these situations. You have to address those situations early. And I've talked to you, you talked to me a while back, but we had to look in the mirror, look at what we're doing, and had to use that psychology that's under our belts to put ourselves in their situations to see where they're coming from. Because it's hard for us to point the finger at us until we actually sit down and say, let me see what I've done. So it wasn't until I did that. And then we have to become the bigger man now and be like, okay, babe, you know, my bad. I get what you're saying. I have been doing this. I have not been doing that. But that takes a whole lot. It took a whole lot. But when I finally got to the point where I could say that, it got better because I knew it was me. I just didn't want to accept it was me because I was holding things in that I wanted to say. I was holding in questions that I wanted to ask. But the reason I was holding them in is I didn't want to ask the question and it turns into, you look like you're accusing me type. So I just don't say nothing. And so in good times when we should be turning up and having fun and being lovey-dovey, Netflixing and chilling, I'm sitting over there like, should I say this now? Should I say this later? Blah, blah. And then when they come out, because I've been holding in, there goes the argument. So what happened with them is they were glued to the hip. I'm talking about the best relationship you were just looking at them. Like you say, it looks good. The relationship looks so perfect. And being around them, it was perfect. Somewhere after, I guess, you know, when they were dating, it was perfect. It seemed like it made a turn when they kind of got married. And I think what happened with the marriage, like people try to say, oh, don't nothing change when you get married, if you living with them, don't nothing change. Something do change because now you committed 100% to that person. And it ain't no more you get mad, pack your clothes and you leave and go lay up with Rolanda. It's like
your own house. Yeah, ain't nowhere to run.
Let me go get, you let your house go. You ain't got nowhere to, you know what I'm saying, to go now. So it's different. And yes, once you marry, some can get a little possessive because, especially if they're new to marriage, you're mine now. Especially if you were bond to the hip and hey, I'm finna go here, I'm finna go there. Hey, come ride with me. Now you ain't here to come ride with me. I'm finna go pick up Sheila. I'm finna go pick up John. I'm gonna holler at you later on. You ain't hanging with them no more. So she started hanging with co-workers. He don't have no friends or co-workers. They both from out of town. And she's happy and content and turning up and having fun without him now, when they used to be joined to the hip. And I understood that. I say, but okay, so since she has female friends, you get you 1 or 2 male friends and you hang out with them some days. She hang out with them. Then he don't want to hang out with nobody. I'm a homebody. I done already been out. I done did all that. I don't want to do that. You got yourself in that situation. King George said it best, can't stay too long. Okay, and let's go back to what Shanjerica said. If his girlfriend is making him feel confident or making him feel his looks good, then how can he see it as well? I don't think, okay, if she isn't making him feel confident. Okay, if he isn't, okay. You can't depend on nobody else to do that. That's just how I feel. you're responsible for your own happiness at the end of the day. And if I'm sitting around here waiting on the wife or the neighbor or a coworker to make me feel good about myself, that means there's something wrong with me inside with me that I need to address.
See, the thing is, if you've never developed your confidence over the years and you look for someone else to give you confidence, then you'll never truly have it. So people can strip whatever little bit of confidence they've given
Yeah.
you away by doing whatever.
Okay.
So
I'm feeling you.
like you and I, we were always said that we were conceited, and it's not that we were conceited. It's that
I was
we
more,
had you probably were we had
I was
confidence.
convinced. Yeah, I was more
Yeah,
convinced.
yeah, okay. So, but so we never had to have anyone to build us up because we built our own selves. So it wasn't an issue. So that's why we were able to let relationships go and not fall into um a need or depression or anything of that nature. We were able to bounce right back,
Right.
you know. So
And
this
I see what
person
you're
may not,
saying
yeah,
too.
so this person may not have that or
He
may
may not
never
have
have
that.
had
So
that.
I see where Shinjerica going with it because I thought he had it because when I met him, he was dressing nice. He was popping, spending money, doing his thing. But then he got kind of down on his luck, and then she became the breadwinner. So maybe that took the breath out of him. And now he's worried about the people she's working with, and is she like them, and blah blah blah. So that's why you shouldn't marry for convenience. You shouldn't marry for money because the money could leave, and then what you stuck with?
Yeah, anything can
She
leave.
looking for
Looks,
more money,
money,
maybe.
yeah, looks, money, all that can leave.
Yeah,
So
all that
and
can leave.
and that's the reason that, you know, in this marriage, I don't say my money, her money. It's our everything is ours because anything can happen. Anything can happen. So I'm here to build my wife up if something goes down. I'm there to cover her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And same thing for her. You know, if something happened to my job, she's there to have my back until I get back on top. She's not gonna down
But
me.
yeah,
She's not going to
dude. Okay.
do any of that. She's going to build me up, and we're gonna get back to where we need to be.
Okay. And you know why that? You know why it's like that? Because you're in a relationship that's love based.
Built on love, right?
It's not for convenience. And what happened with them, I think it had to be more of a convenience because when I saw his go down, funds and her become the breadwinner, and she didn't support it. It's more like I gotta pay this and I'm paying that, and you need to do more and da da da.
Where you go,
And
Mama?
so,
Oops.
okay, when I saw that, that that disturbed me, number one. And so I tried to work with it. And I was telling them, okay, y'all need to do this, spend more time, have more date nights, blah, blah. But he found out that she's telling her friends, their business. And like Shaderica said, she stopped making him feel like a man. I see that. I see what you're saying now that you're kind of breaking it down, but I've never went through that. So I have to hear people from the outside kind of make me understand it. Because I figured him as a man, he should have been able to bounce back. But if she gave him this certain confidence, and then when she got with her coworkers or outside friends and neglected him and stopped making him feel he was feeding off of her, according to what Shinjerica's saying. And I can see where that can get caught up kind of. And so me preaching to him about getting his self-esteem back together and all that, he probably wasn't really hearing none of that shit because he just
Because
wanted
he
her
ain't
to
never
be
had
with
it. He
him.
ain't never had it anyway.
But
She had all the
man,
energy.
that's hard to believe though, Jay, because when I met
Man,
him, he was on his shit. You understand me? I'm talking about, and I don't hang with people like talking about. This was somebody who I really was considered, I hung with. When I told him what I told him about 3-4 weeks ago, he blocked me yesterday. What type of man tells? What type of a man to tell another man to leave his wife?
what type of man block another man? But anyway,
Yeah, how you 40 years old blocking another man, right?
but like
Bench
I
pressing
said,
50.
even people can wear a mask. People wear a mask all the time, and she was his energy, and she had him with that mask on. And then
They're going on 5 years.
once he took that mask off, because she took that energy away, you really saw who he was, and he saw who he was. I mean, I don't know the brother, but it sounds as if um, his confidence and everything shifted because he placed everything in her, but
Yeah.
she did not have the same thing for him. Maybe she did for a little while, but
Yeah,
then
that's why I say
she discovered something different.
right, but okay, like the reason you connected to yours too right now is the struggle, the breakup, the getting back together. Doesn't that mean something in a relationship? Before you throw things away or before I make you feel some type of way, shouldn't I say we'd have been through too much? Let me just, it's the reason I'm with you. It's the reason we've been together this long. Let me just work this out. I do just get to a point where women just get tired and say, the hell with it. Because when a woman get tired though, and she sees somebody else, and God forbid if somebody else lay that pipe and she get her rocks off and it is what it is, and you ain't been hitting the spots that person hit, that shit is over, bro.
Well, sometimes people just come to the realization that, hey, this was for a season. This was not really
You
where I
don't
was meant
marry
to be.
somebody for a season, spend that
Hey,
money and get
hey,
married for
hey,
a damn
hey,
season.
hey, I've done it. So I've been there. So I'm not talking about what I think. I'm telling you what I know.
Wow. Shit. Damn.
Yeah. So I've been there. And so you feel like, man, okay, everything is popping right now. I I really don't want to be here, but you know what? I can make it work. I'm gonna make it work. And then you get to a point where you're like, man, I don't want to make this work like that. I need it to be natural. I don't want it to be something that that's not organic, something that's not growing naturally. So when you have artificial love,
Yeah, you said that
then
one time before.
yeah, when you have that artificial love, that artificial sweetener starts to go away, and then you left with nothing but bitterness.
Man, but yeah, they going through it, and I got blocked yesterday. Because they say that again, I got blocked yesterday. That artificial sweetener. But yeah, I was just shocked that it went down like that, because I actually thought they were, cool people. And I was like, and then I get blocked, and now he don't want the wife hanging with mine. And, it's crazy, man. And I'm like, how you that old acting like that? You get what I'm saying? You 40 plus. But, but I think the deal is, though, he wants her to himself, period. So he's going to run her. He used me as the scapegoat. I already know what happened. He used me as the scapegoat. He tried to say, well, she be telling him, and then he told me, yeah, he added some more stuff in there. I said, the only thing I told you is, man, when the disrespect come in, you've been saying you're going to leave, bro. I think it's time for you to leave. I say you need to wait till you go to work, stack your paper first, wait till you go to work, and then leave. Because you go to work at early in the morning.
Be a man about it. If you're gonna leave, walk out. Walk out while she's
But
there.
he make it look like she don't really want him to leave. So,
Look,
it's like I'm gonna stay because she don't want me to leave. And I'm like,
he
I
probably
can't
just
tell
saying
she don't
that.
want you to leave.
He probably just saying that, and she probably telling him every day, go. But once you
And,
start once you
dude, that's
start
what.
threatening to leave, once you start threatening to leave, once you all start talking about getting a divorce, then you might as well go ahead and make it happen. Because I'm not saying that you cannot recover from that, but it's difficult to recover from that, and you're already gone in your mind and in your heart.
Yeah, man, you hitting everything. Both you and Shadera hitting everything on the heart. He said, he'll just leave, and then she was like, well, if you want to leave, then go. And a woman got one time to say that shit to me. If you want to leave, go. It's okay. Now we in a heated argument. I understand when you're mad, you're saying shit. But that's still gonna be a blow to me, because for a woman to fix it to say that, like if she say she finna leave, my reply shouldn't be go ahead and go. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's probably
Right.
what we probably thinking.
When
But
you're
if you
not
still care
invested,
about that person, you're not gonna say
exactly.
just go ahead and go.
When you're not as invested in a person, then you don't care. That's how a lot of my relationships ended, because I wasn't that invested.
You
Because
wasn't
people,
emotionally invested.
right?
Financially,
I
probably.
wasn't
Yeah.
emotionally invested, right? When someone, they were like, well, you're not gonna fight for me. You're right. For what? I'm not I'm not that emotionally invested in you. I don't love you like that. I'm not afraid to let, you're not afraid to let me go. Right. I'm not afraid to let you go.
Yeah. Because
Because
then I could tell if you said that, you wasn't nowhere. Either if you were emotional at one time, and when you said that, that was at the point that you weren't anymore. Because we were taught and brought up under the same umbrella. We're not gonna beg nobody to stay where they don't want to stay. We're not in the business of keeping somebody that don't want to be kept. And so when they come saying that stuff, that's when you're not gonna fight for me. If we were gonna fight, it wouldn't have got to that point. So that was a situation you were in too, though, and I was glad you recovered from it. But that was some crazy. And then
yeah,
and they go through a lot of stuff, but we had to realize people didn't grow up like we did. People don't think how we think. We grew up with tough love. A lot of them didn't. We able to take what somebody say, and we know whether to weigh it with a grain of salt or don't even look at it all. It don't matter, because we know who we are and what we doing and where we going anyway. So it don't matter what they say across the street. We never care.
right.
We'll hear what they say, so we'll know where we stand with them. But we never really cared, because it didn't alter nothing that we had going on. But I guess, like Shaderica said, he and you said, he invested his emotional, his confidence and everything into her. Because I was like, dude, you around all these women at work. She around all them guys on her job. And if you feel like she's flirting and doing whatever, you got women that you can be conversating with. Even if you don't take it far, at least talk to different women. He too busy watching her. Nigga missing work. I just
I
can't
ain't
see that.
finna miss my coins. I ain't finna miss my dollars. I don't care what I had going on at home. It did not affect my work life.
You want taking off and trying to follow the
Nope.
car.
Nope. Because if we ended up splitting, I still need my job at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Because
And that's what
I like money in my pocket.
that's what I think. Because I tell the wife all the time, what our main focus is. We have to make sure that that's going. Like if she's in school. My thing is, we gonna kick it. We gonna spend plenty of time. But if you got a paper to turn in, turn your paper in. I ain't going nowhere. I understand that. And with working, if I'm working, I'm not just gonna take off and for no reason just to sit around the house and hold hands and watch Tubi. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I have 2 days that I'm not doing nothing. On them 2 days I'm not doing nothing, we can do that then. or I may take a third day just to mix them in. We can do that then, but just me saying, oh, I'm just gonna sit here and watch Netflix today, knowing that the first of the month coming and mortgage due.
Right.
I'm not gonna do that. I understand that when she's broke down in there doing those papers and having them deadlines, she needs to turn in by 12 o'clock on Saturday and finishing up on Wednesday. I understand that, so I stay out of the way. I come in here, I do the clock out, go downstairs, and then if I look in there and she don't have the laptop open and doing work, I go in the room. But if she got the laptop on and I see she reading and Googling and doing work, I'm done. I'm like, where you at? Shit, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm downstairs. You know what I'm saying? Where you gonna come up here? Yeah, I was giving you time to get finished. I understand that, and there's no drifting because we ain't spending time watching Netflix every night. When you love somebody, it ain't no drifting. It ain't no feeling some type of way. It's I understand.
Yep. And so I was watching something and this guy was saying that after his girl had her baby, she didn't want to have sex like that and this, that, and whatnot. And so he ended up cheating.
Hmm.
So that relationship was built on something different, masked as love, right? Because there's no way that my wife just had our child and I am going to be upset because she can't have sex or do it like she used to, because it goes deeper than that for me.
Yeah, I'm like that too. Now I have seen brothers when their women going through what their bodies go through, or even when it's that time of the month, they slip off and be with somebody else if they get horny or whatever. And people that do that. I know people that have done that. But when your relationship, like Jerica said, when it's not built on sex, and that's why I say I never got in relationships built on sex. You know what I'm saying? And those really, when I meet a female and all she want is sex, that's a turnoff to me. That's the biggest turnoff. That and lack of broaden, conversations. But wanting to have sex 24/7, that's a turnoff. It's cool when that's what you came to do.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool when you all both have the understanding that that's what your relationship is. You're not trying to go into a romantic relationship. I've had situations where, all we had was sex. We weren't trying to get together. We weren't trying to be together,
Yeah.
So we had one common purpose and goal. So after we did what we did,
see you.
We went our separate ways. No hard feelings. See you when I see you next time. But some people can't do that, handle that, understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And so yeah, that's all that is based on convenience. And majority of the relationships now, there's a motive. There's personal gain. Whether they with them because of the baby mama. She thinks she gonna get him and I got it. You know what I'm saying? He drive this car, or my mom and them like him, so I'm just gonna be with him. Or, it's more of a settle. And that's where the infidelity, I feel, come in at. Because if you're with a person for a personal gain, I just feel like that's where you lose that connection. It's no love or nothing in there. You get what I'm saying? There's no love. But you shouldn't marry for love, okay? Love don't pay bills, Austin. It don't.
Nope.
But why should you want love to pay your bill?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You and then this is when I posted on this topic. I said we were taught that love don't pay bills, but as I got older, I see things different. Love may not pay bills, but if you love that person, that makes you want to get up and get out there to pay your bills. You get what I'm saying? That if you love them, you're not gonna want to see nobody struggle. So that's that. I'm finna get out here and make this shit happen. You know what I'm saying? But laying up, I used to say, laying up all day, you know, on an off day. You get what I'm saying? I just didn't. I don't believe in laying around, you know, all day when I'm off. I still want to run like I got something to do. But it's okay for that one day because, like we were saying the other week, it's give and take in relationships, and everything ain't gonna go 100% my way, which I've learned, you know. And if every blue moon she wants to just chill out and hang out and I ain't got nothing to do, I'm learning to accept it. You get what I'm saying? I'm off. She got class or nothing, and she chilling, and I'm like, all right. So I've been slowly trying that. Something I ain't never done. You know, just like you said with the consulting. I didn't do that either. I just kind of stay out their way when they go through, you know, tragedies, you know, in the family. And I had to do this back in September of last year. And it was weird because I'm having to hold and, you know, consult and, you know, and be there when I was used to just saying, hey, well, you know, I don't do funerals.
You want a bottle of water?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't do funerals. So, you know, and then you look in the room and you see she's sad, you close the door, you know. You know, when you're not so sad, I'll be back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when you finish going through all that, I'll be back then.
Yeah. I'll be back. Text me when you through doing your little morning section. Call and hit me up. You know, that was me. But when you get in a serious relationship and, you know, what based on the love thing and just not convenience. Convenience will have you looking like they lose their money, you don't have their back. That's that motherfucker. My bank account's still working. I'm going around and you saying this to somebody else, a third party. You know what I'm saying?
Or saying it to them.
And yeah, they said it to them. And like I said, everything that we saying is what happened to them. So him getting upset because I said he needed to leave his wife. Don't ask me. I was just giving a personal opinion on what I would do. Because I wouldn't accept a third of the shit that he's taking. I wouldn't accept it. From text messages to telling her friend girls my financial situation, none of that shit. Even if, you know, the bedroom stories on what's not happening in there, they know all about me. So when they see me, of course, they're not going to want to respect me because you don't fucking respect me. So when it gets to that point, nigga, I'm out.
Yeah.
It's just the bottom line. So don't ask me because I move different. I think different. You know, and you guys, they are in a convenience type relationship because they both from out of town trying to live together, and both incomes was making it me. Him skipping work trying to watch her, making her feel more dominant. So guess what the first thing a woman's gonna do? I don't need you. Especially if it's a convenience or we together because we came down here, we were dating, we came down here, no kids, no ties. So she like, you know, fuck it, basically. And then, you know, he wanted to keep it going, but he's not doing nothing to keep it going. And I say, look, bro, you're gonna have to start doing stuff. Taking trips when she off. Go for a ride. My girl posted date night like a week or so ago. Guess what date night was? Riding through fucking downtown Atlanta bumping Drake and whatever she be listening to, with the windows down and the sunroof open. That's date night. We don't have to go and go spend $300 on a meal for date night. And I meant to post a video. The car wide open, you know what I'm saying? Just going down, and this was like 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like she said, it wasn't no drinking, wasn't no smoking. We just together playing music, just relaxing, away from the house, away from everything. Just, you know, I wasn't thinking about work. She wasn't thinking about school. I wasn't thinking about podcasting. I wasn't thinking about mixing. We were just chilling. And we probably gonna do that again this Friday night. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I say, dude, because she say they don't go nowhere. That's her complaint. And then his excuse is, well, she has a younger son in single digits. And he said, well, we got him, so why we going somewhere? Nigga, y'all have 1 or 2 people around y'all that can watch the child. You know,
they can bring
go somewhere with a child at school. She off. Go somewhere while the child at school. He off, you know, boom. Go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's things to do. You don't have to go, especially with his money being low. But his money is low on purpose. And she knows it's low on purpose because he's not going to work. And I'm talking about good job. Good job. But he just don't go to work because he's busy watching her. And I just can't, and I'm glad, and I give so much praises to those older cats when I was 19. And Tater hooked me up with a job with the city for JROTC. I came home from Jackson State, and it was the summer. And I ran into Tater. He said, man, they hiring up there at the city, man. You need to come on up there and do some work for the summer before you go back to school. I'm like, man, I ain't finna work for no city, you know. Then he came back over there like 2 more days later. Man, all you gotta do is take this here up to the job thing, put this name on it, man, you get the job. So I did it because I got tired of sitting at home. You know, once you sit at home about 3 weeks,
3 days,
yeah, 2-3 weeks after college, yeah, you sit at home like, man, I need to be doing something. Ain't nobody that you hung with there. So I'm like, okay, you know, Nard gone, you gone, you know what I'm saying? Sid gone, ain't nobody else but Tater. So I'm like, okay, I can be up here chilling with Tater, you know. So I went up there with the JROTC, some shit, whatever it was. And he got me the city job. These guys on this job, man, when I tell you 50, 60 plus, 50 and 60, and I'm 19 at the time. And man, these men put so much game in me because I was thirsting for knowledge back then too. I just read the autobiography of Malcolm X. I was in going to Jackson State, had left ULM, and I was thirsting for knowledge. And these old men put so much game in me about what a much right woman is. You sitting up in here with this woman all these years, you ain't gonna marry her. Let somebody else have her. Why are you wasting her time? You get what I'm saying? So they was educating me, you know, like that. A man need to have his own. Ain't no living on no women and this and that and that and that. So I soaked up so much game. And when I stepped out there, it helped and it cursed me too, because my trust issues came from listening to them old men. How a woman can go to the grocery store and raise her skirt up and get sex while she picking out fruit. Man could be behind and getting her some at the grocery store. So different stuff like that. You know, she can drop you off. Hell, you at work. How you know what she doing right now? But just imagine a 19-year-old calling himself dating and he worried about what the fuck's going on at the crib. So I went through all that shit at an early age. You know, 19 freaking years old. It rest in peace, Mookie Ware, man. That dude and Mr. Rob, they groomed me well. And so what I'm telling him is things that I've seen, some of the things I experienced. And the key is when disrespect comes in that relationship to a man, especially a black man who is hard to get respect as it is, man, you got to let that go. If the person inside your house is against you, like I tell y'all on here, if I have to go in that bathroom and cry every day when I wake up because the relationship ain't working and I need to get out of it, I'm going to get out of it. I'm not going to stay in no relationship where I'm not at peace. I'm just not. And so their relationship is based on convenience. And she won't leave. She won't leave because he's threatening to kill her if they leave. He done got to where he want to hit on her. And I was just saying, if you got to beat a man, leave her. Get out of it.
It's better than the place you're gonna end up if you hit on her.
Y'all
So-
better stop being in these long-term relationships, moving in with these men and women for convenience. That is not gonna work. It's cool, but when shit hits the fan, it's gonna hit the fan. Because like Austin say, the looks gonna fade, the money can fade, and once all of that's gone, once that is gone, there you go. Los, what's happening, man? What it is. Once the looks fade, once, like Austin said, if they haven't, the women go through different things. It may be a time where something going on with their body, and it may be a month and a half, 2 months. You may not be able to have sex. If their relationship based on sex, you're going to try to run somewhere and get you some sex. And with social media being so out there, your options are out there. You know. Yeah, think about it. Just imagine if you had to be with a person that you're in a convenience relationship with, and y'all can't have sex for a year. Y'all can't have sex for 42 days. Are you going to be willing to be committed to that person and say, hey, I'm just going to steadfast and da-da? No, love is what gets you there. But people don't marry for love no more. It's about relationships is a business. It's a business, is what they say. But when
my thing is, I'd rather just be by myself. I'd rather just get my homeboys and be like, say, dude, let's just, let's get this house. Let's rent this house. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing you're doing, and y'all just move chicks in and out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have your situations, relationships, whatever you want to call them, until you do find the right one. But I don't want to get into a relationship where I'm in a romantic relationship with some or a convenience relationship with my opposite sex, and we're supposed to have it looks like a romantic relationship from the outside, but we know it's a convenience relationship, right? And I'm sitting up here just unhappy. She's unhappy, right? Because that's just stifling my happiness. That's stifling my growth. That's keeping me away from probably the person that I'm supposed to be with. But I'm sitting here with you. We mean mugging each other, from across the room. You know what I'm saying? You probably out there having conversations or having a relationship with this other dude, and I'm probably doing the same thing with this other chick. But we just staying here because we've signed a lease agreement together or whatever.
Yeah, convenience to stay together. Yeah, like I say, and for the record, let me note, by no ways are we know everything about relationships, or are we marriage counselors and all that. It's just that we've been through so much with different type of relationships that we feel that we can share that information now because we've matured to the point, which took me forever to get there. But I'm at the point where I understand and I can pass this knowledge on to people who think like I thought. But this is how the millennials and Gen Zs think. It's about that money.
Would you rather choose love or money?
Money.
Money?
The only reason I say that is because of what I've been through. Like people come in and out of your life. Nothing is there for forever.
But like unconditional love?
In this generation today, there's no such thing. I would rather have money than be in a relationship where I feel like I feel miserable. Like, that's all it is. You just feel miserable. You feel used. You feel abused. You just feel empty. Like, I would rather have money because money not going to turn his back on you.
Yeah, so she's talking from a place of hurt. So
Yeah.
what she is, she's afraid to allow herself to love because she fell into one of those situations where she valued someone more than they valued her.
Yeah. And they fall in the sad part about that is it be relationships that they knew they had no business being in, and now they scarred for life. You know.
Yep. And those are type of back in the day, those were the type of situations that I was in. You know, we just do what we do and we out of there.
See you later.
Yeah. So
Hate when men say it.
So what?
but I'm just saying. So but as I matured,
Mm-hmm.
then I discovered something totally different. And being in the relationship and marriage and partnership that I'm in now feels totally different than anything I had experienced before. And it's because it's built on emotional ties, it's built on love and in love and like. So everything that I do with her feels
Mm-hmm.
totally different. The
Yeah.
love making feels different. The hugs feel different. The fights seem different. And we don't even fight like that. We have disagreements. We had one last weekend. But because we have love for each other, we like each other, and we're in love with each other, we're able to communicate and we're able to say things. We create a safe space for each other to express ourselves.
You heard
And
that, Lowe's? Love. You gotta have some type of love in there. It just can't be sexual. I'm just gonna have sex. You gotta care for that person. That makes you wanna, when you wanna say, bitch, get the hell on, you curve them words because of that love and respect that you have for that person. And that's what makes the relationships last long.
yeah, and we had to agree to disagree on the topic that we were discussing because I felt my way and she felt her way. And that's because we're two different people. We're two
You
different
came
people
from two
that came
different
together.
backgrounds.
Yeah, two different people that came from two different backgrounds that are still individuals, but we come together for a common thing, which is being in love.
Right.
So I'm not gonna lose my individuality. She's not gonna lose her individuality.
We just gonna agree to disagree because that's what we are right now. And I had to learn that though, Austin. And I'm sure you probably struggle with it at first too, until
I
you
did.
find the person that's worth that. But me, I felt like if I can get over it, goddamn it, you can get over it. Then, that was just how that was just me. If I can get over something, goddamn it, you can get over it. But it ain't that easy. It ain't that, I found out it's not that easy. And I recently found that out. It took forever. And I just like last year respecting how other people feel, Repeat this.
Hate when men say if the right man with the right amount of money come along that every woman is gone. That's only for hoes or a woman who really don't love you for real. Y'all men really think that when women be in these relationships that it's not men shooting they shot at her, they got more than a man that she date. We turn them down and continue the relationship with y'all and don't even tell y'all nothing. When a woman genuinely loves you, not even a billionaire can take her from you. The only thing that can stop her from fucking with you is you.
And dude,
That's
I ran so many off because, of my mentality. But like we say, love hits different when it's for love. And you shouldn't be looking when they say love don't pay bills. You shouldn't be looking for love to pay no bills. You should be able to maintain your bills whether you in love or not. So when you accept love, your bills still should be getting paid anyway. So that love don't pay bills shit, that was for somebody who wasn't trying to be with somebody seriously. Like you say, speaking from a place of hurt. You know what I'm saying? But if you maintaining your bills before you meet that person that you decide that you're gonna love, you get what I'm saying? And so, like when George was on here the other night, and George say, I ain't even looking into that right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get myself together. I respect that. Because if he get himself together, he making money that he want to make, he living kind of how he want to live, then he opens up and let somebody in instead of saying, I'm making $35,000 a year, she making $60,000 a year, let me get with her and we be $95,000, you know. Instead of that, get yourself together where you're comfortable with who you are and yourself, where you don't have to get in a convenience relationship just to foot the bills, just to live the way you want to live, just to get your hair and nails did, just to ride around in a damn BMW and all that. But if that person leave, you got to file bankruptcy. So that's why I never believed in those convenience relationships. I just never did, even though, like I say, I've tried them. She popular. She got a vehicle. But this is all in the teens though. First early 20s. She living here. She got this. Her family got that. We'll look good together. Those were convenience. But when you get older and you start dating seriously, that's when, you know, things change. And you have to be comfortable with self. And that goes for both male and female, men and women. You have to be comfortable with self. And I preach that so much, that self-esteem, that confidence, that's necessary. That's necessary. And like she said, when you sitting there looking at what somebody got and trying to input yourself in what they have, them the worst ones. Because y'all, like you say also so many times, you look good on paper. You look good in the streets when they see you. Y'all, like you said, in the public, y'all the most romantic. But as soon as you get in the car heading home, it's fighting and fussing and fuck you. Then when you get upstairs, then you have to probably leave and say, I'll sleep on the couch. You know, because I was telling one of my other partners, when we get upset, it ain't no leave the house. You know, we have a disagreement. It's not a leave the house. His girl was able to leave the house and be gone a goddamn week because they had one argument. Not me, Mr. Sir. She gonna take her mad ass downstairs somewhere. She gonna sleep in here in the music in the entertainment room. We don't leave the house when you mad. That's something that you don't do. We're not doing that. We're not doing that because you left the house before Austin and know what happened when you left the house. Left the house before we know what happened. You leave the house, so we don't leave the house. That's not an option. We can't sleep in the same room. Okay, I'm comfortable. You know, downstairs. I'm comfortable in the entertainment room. I'm good, but we're not gonna leave the house.
No, you're right, and we still gonna sleep in the same room. You gonna blow your hot ass breath on me, and I'm gonna blow my hot ass breath on you. We just gonna be blowing hot ass breath.
Boy, you stupid.
Yeah, I'm not.
Lowe's always getting out of here hitting that clock. Hey, Lowe's, you got to start coming in at 9 o'clock, and then one time you come in, I want the camera rolling. But go make them dollars, brother. Stack that paper. And start spending them on them damn Jordans and fast food. But yeah, what you say, boy? Y'all gonna sleep in the same? No. Well, I mean, we do that too. We do that. But I don't be appalled to sleeping on the couch because I be chilling on the couch. But she don't believe in that. I'm talking about she'll wait till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and ask me, "Oh, so you're not coming to bed?" I'm like, "Shit, the sun will be up, and I'm gonna, you know, when the sun come up, I'm up." But yeah, I'll stay down there and doze off. She'll come get me, but you know,
even if I'm upset with my wife, which is not often at all, we haven't had that major experience yet.
yeah,
But
that's like
uh, I still want her right there beside me. Like I said, we ain't even got to talk. You know, I
man,
say,
that's how mine is. Mine like that. But I'll stay downstairs and doze off, and I don't be messed up about coming up there. And like I say, she'll come waking me up at 2, 3 in the damn morning, making me come lay down, and I'll be like, okay.
before I
But
close my eyes, I'll be like, say, finna go upstairs. I'll be up there in a minute. No, no. Well, all right. Well, I'm finna sit here till you ready to go too.
oh
Give me,
no, but you're gonna be
give me,
sitting down here, then
uh,
grab your
uh,
seat, and you're gonna
give
be
me.
here a while.
That's all right. Give me part of that throw blanket.
Hey,
But no, I mean, but I just don't believe, and like I said, until I matured, prior to this relationship, I didn't care.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I just didn't care. And I know a lot of people would would love this me. You know what I'm saying? They would have been like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I would have been so happy with that
I
you."
was about to say that too, because I know it's people who watch this because I look at how many after views that we get that were in relationships that's saying I groomed that nigga. That's how I wanted him to be with me. I groomed that nigga for the next one.
Mm.
You
So,
know,
but it wasn't. This wasn't meant for them. They served their purpose, which was to help me experience life to get to the point that I am now.
so you can be with the, so you can share the hell or whatever that you know
Uh,
what not to do with them from going through the hell with them.
well, I mean, that's a part of life. All you do is gain experience.
Right?
And then the person that I'm supposed to be with, then all that experience comes into play to
When you
make
meet
that
them.
yeah, when you meet them and make that relationship the best thing that you've ever experienced. So that's why my relationship is the way that it is, because this relationship was meant for me. When we first started dating way back when, 16 years ago, the relationship was for me to gain the experience, but it wasn't for me to marry her at that point.
Right.
So we had to go through our other experiences for both of us to be the way that we are in our marriage right now. Because if we would have gotten married back then, it may not have been the time and we may not have made it to this point.
Right.
And
Right.
people don't look at stuff like that.
No, they say they groomed you for the next bitch. I'm just
Let me
saying.
tell you something. When a woman truly, honestly, genuinely loves you, it doesn't matter who you bring in front of her or which guy DMs her. She will never, ever, ever throw you away.
Now try that saying with a convenience relationship.
Right.
And your money, that she with you for money, and your money start going down because companies buying out companies every day and they bringing in their crew. So you lose your job or you have to move down a position. The money is not there. She married you for money though. She married you for your vehicle. Let's just say you get behind on car notes and that vehicle get repossessed, or you have to trade that vehicle in and downsize. She married you because of the luxuries and it looked good, but you have to downsize. What's going to happen then? So the convenience relationship, she married you because you was good in bed. You married her because she was great in bed. Something happened and she going through her female thing and she don't want sex every night like she wanted it when y'all were together for 2 years in a row. Or something happened with him, stressed out or whatever, blood pressure pills, because a lot of brothers on blood pressure pills, and he can't get it up like he used to, and you was used to getting it regularly. So you married for sex. The sex ain't there. So what do? So that's why it's not good to marry for convenience. And everybody say date with a purpose, marry with a purpose. But what is that purpose? If that purpose is because, like they do with those arranged marriages, the Joneses get with the Ellerichs, and then they produce children and keep the wealth within the family. I don't think that's a healthy or happy a relationship. It's a good arrangement,
because
but
most of them are cheating too.
And that's what,
and they start messing around.
If people really look at coming to America, that's basically what it was about. Trying to be an arranged marriage, but I don't like who you setting me up with. I'm gonna go for love, which is this.
Right.
And speaking of that part 2 was good. The second one, the millennials just didn't understand the movie. I seen it about 3 weeks ago, and I watched it again. And that movie, it was perfect. It took off where the other one left. It had as many people as it could, and that was a good movie. So when you get a chance, go back and watch it. But yeah, I was told by them old men that every woman had a price. And like you say, a lot of that stuff came from them being hurt, or them being the men who tricked, that was buying the broke guy who was walking up the road with the girl holding the baby. She pushing the carriage, and they walking to Fred's. And then he pull up in the fancy truck with the Escalade with the rims, and ask her for a ride. You know, do you want to ride? And she get in there, and he take her out to eat, buy a burger or something, take her to 5 and Below, get her a little shirt or something, and she feels special. She feels special. So he said every woman got a price. But like that girl say, those are hoes. And when they really love you, it's different.
When a man wants to get married, he's only getting married truly for one reason. The men can work and provide for themselves. He does not necessarily need you to cook, clean, and have sex, because he can get sex from multiple women. A lot of them can cook and clean. Their mother taught them, or they can pay someone to get it. The culture is telling them these women do not get married. So why would a man go past what the culture is telling him and choose to have a wife? It's for one real simple reason. Because with a wife, you can now have love, you can now have nurturing, you can have support, you can have affection. This is what he can't get from a roommate. So if that is not what you're leading with, your relationships with men is love, support, nurturing, and respect, this is why your husband is now pulling away, because in the beginning you gave him those things. But as you got into the relationship, you got bitter, you got resentful, you start seeing his flaws, start counting that against him, you start measuring him against other men, and now you're pulling back on the love, the affection, and the nurturing.
And the couple that I was talking about, I'm thinking that's what happened to them, because they were, like I say, when we met them, they were the perfect couple, and they just mainly been going through a lot of the hell this year from what we're seeing. And he didn't take the time to say, I see we drifting. You know, like I said last week, a partner of mine, and you know him too, but he was at home taking care, you know, he got some issues going on with his family. And she tried to be there with him through the family thing to support. And Bad Boys 2 came out. And all she wanted him to do, because she had been 7 hours away from where she stayed. She works from home, so she able to take her laptop and work. So when Bad Boys 2 came out, she asked him to go see Bad Boys 2. Okay, and she wanted to go that Friday, I think. She asked him, and he said he was tired. Then she got mad. And he looked at it, well, she don't understand. I've been here all week dealing with my family. And I was like, what was 2 hours? I have 2 hours and 50 minutes. What was that going to hurt? And I told him, I say, my thing is, when mine want to go to a movie and I'm tired, I don't say I'm tired. When I get in there, I may watch 15, a good 30 minutes of that movie. That's the best sleep I get. Then I'll wake up, you know, about 20 minutes after a nap, 30 minutes, and I act like I see what's going on with the movie. Sit up for a little while, start watching another 15 minutes, doze back out. But that's the best sleep. But we were together. That was that time. And that ain't something I've been doing. That was something I had to learn to do. You get what I'm saying? Because I felt, because the old me would have been like, hell, I'm tired. You don't respect what I got going on. I'm down here going through the shit with my family, and you want to go to a goddamn movie? That's how I used to be.
Yeah.
You know, but I had to tell him, man, if she came down here and she in that boring ass city, ain't shit to do, none of her friends know nothing. All she know is you and your family and one or two other people. And she asked you to go to a movie, and you said, I said she had a right to be mad.
You know, well, you know, speaking on that, Lit Dime is in there crying, and I'm gonna have to go.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go in there with Big Dime so we can watch Sisters.
Well, we shutting it down in about 5 more minutes. Let me get these videos out the way. Hold up.
Do women marry for love or for money?
Well, you have to weigh your options. What's the best investment? If I marry for money, that could potentially run out. But if I marry for love, that could be eternal. So I would choose love every single time.
The best marriages are not two people that have a silver spoon in their mouth and get married and live happily ever after. That doesn't happen. That never happens in the history of the world. The best marriages are two people that get married, they commit to each other, they roll up their sleeves, they slug it out through not with each other, but life, all through the trenches of life. And they wake up one morning as best friends. Those are the best marriages in the world.
And I think that's the problem with a lot of the marriages today. The women are coming into those relationships wanting everything already laid out, wanting that man already established. You get what I'm saying? Now, the generation we came up with, we're trained to go out there. We were brought up to go out there and provide, you know, protect, be the supporters and all that. We were raised to do that. So we know how to do that, and we don't get upset or we're opposed to doing that. But as the generations trickle down, they actually feel like the woman feel like everything's supposed to be already laid, and they just supposed to walk in the relationship and you continue to do everything. You gotta pay all their bills when you go in a relationship and all that. And a lot of the guys like Carlos and my other partner Show, they're meeting these women who's watching these TikTok videos, these YouTube videos, and they stepping out there. I'm the prize. That's how they feel. And those guys are catering to that and feeling less because of that, you know. And we were taught, and you know, we adjusted the attitude as you meet your person. But we was always the prize because we knew we was gonna always have our shit together. What you get when you get with me? Well, I got this, I got that. Well, I got this and that too. So what you doing different that I ain't doing? You get what I'm saying? That was our confidence. But the new generations are not like that. And like I say, so majority of those is no love. It's more or less based on convenience. Because they feel like it's no respect. That woman gonna do what she wanna do. That man gonna do what he wanna do. And a lot of them. Now the more traditional people is like what Gen X. They are more kind of on the traditional side, but yet they're not turning their nose up at what's going on modernly, but they know what they're not going to accept. And then the millennials and Gen Z just do whatever. They're more followers and go with the flow. But with all that being said, choose your side. And I understand, and there's people out there that's conditioned to be in relationships that's for convenience. Because I heard a woman say that long as she in a nice house, he got a nice car, she didn't care if he cheated or not, long as she was living comfortable the way she wanted to live. It wasn't about love. But like Shajerica said, when you living like that, it can get lonely because what happens when she do want affection? What happens when she do want love? What happens when she do want that man to come in and put her on a pedestal and make her feel like she's the only one? You know, so it's I choose love over convenience, man. And what do you choose, Austin? Let's close it out. We're about to dock the ship as I'm about to eat and watch Sisters. I usually do it on a binge type deal, but lately I usually watch it tomorrow, but we'll probably watch it tonight. And I just started watching that goddamn Shy, and I've been going to bed late. I'm on season 2 now. I got 6 of them bad boys to go. So I done got into that now. I'm like episode 3, season 2. But we're gonna finish watching that too after the Sisters things. But final thoughts, your thoughts on convenience, marriage, and why you chose the one you chose.
Well, convenience. You look at it like a convenience store, right? If you go into a convenience store, you're steadily pulling stuff off the shelf, right? So eventually those things are depleted and have to be replaced, right?
Mhm.
So after a while, at some point, inventory may get short, inventory may get low,
They may not have what you're looking for, because that happened to me yesterday.
may not come in.
Yeah.
So that convenience store may no longer meet your needs. So you have to go down to the next store, the next convenience store, to pick up what you need at that particular time.
Okay. Now I'm gonna hit you with this, then I'm gonna let you go. What about the people that say love changes?
Love does change,
Mm-hmm.
but it should be evolving, not digressing. So your love should build and grow each and every day.
If that's your person.
If that's your person.
And then the fact that love, if it's real love and it's in there, you should be growing anyway. Because like I said a long time ago, a while ago when we was on here, it's gonna be days when you wake up and don't like your mate, but it's the fact that you love your mate. That's what makes everything still work, because you love. You know what I'm saying? You may say something or do something, and like you say, we don't get into it often, but when we disagree, it's a disagreement. Right. And you might want to, like I say, pick up a shoe or something and bop in her face. But it's the fact that, it's the fact that that love is there that makes the outcome a lot different.
And so when we had our situation this past weekend, and when we started talking, I had to tell her, I was like, this made me love you even more. That was a build for me because of the way we were able to express ourselves and the way that we were still able to show love even in a disagreement. So love does change. And if it's true love, it grows. If it's fake, watered down love with sweet and low,
right,
then it's gonna fade.
And that's real. That's real. Hold on, let me see this and then we out.
If you love somebody, you go change. I don't care what it is. Love demands change. You were not able to love properly if you don't change. And a lot of people be like, the man's supposed to change for the woman. No. If you love that person, both parties change. Love is not about giving you money, flowers, chocolates. It's not paying for a trip that you go take that's gonna last for 5 days and now you back at the house arguing. That is not love. You know what I'm saying? And I think this generation, they don't understand what love really is. Me personally, I've learned what love truly is. And if I love a person, I'm gonna change for that person. Whether it's me stop being selfish towards her, whether it's me not seeking attention from other people or validation from the world and focus on the person that I love, it's gonna require sacrifice, change.
And that was kind of deep. Yeah, I almost forgot about that one. But yeah, that was deep. And then, like you say, that's real. And that's what I say, when I noticed I was willing to change, that's when, you know, like you say, that's when things were different. I knew that I was different. That this relationship was different than any other one. And so yeah, convenience over love, you choose, but convenience don't bring as much happiness and emotional support, because when it's convenient, you can tend to start thinking about yourself. What I have, like you say, you started saying this is our money. When it's convenience, I'm doing good. I don't care what he do. Yeah, I'm doing good. I don't care what she got going on. My bank account says this and that and that. You know, I just feel like it's not an emotional love connection. It's strictly business. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. So I think relationships will last longer. The divorce rate would go down if more people marry with love as a foundation. We know love ain't gonna pay no bills, but if you love that person, you wouldn't want to pull them in a situation where y'all gonna struggle and be broke either. So come together and build and get each other out the shit. So right. Yeah, with that being said, we out the next week. And what we say, Austin, is happening. So how it go?
We might as well speak on it.
We might as well speak on it. Next Wednesday night is going down. Same place, same time. Get at us. With that said, peace.
What you thinking, man?
I've been in the polyamory lifestyle. I can't even say lifestyle because it's not a lifestyle. It's a way of loving, not a way of living. I've been polyamorous for about 10 years now. Okay. And the mindset for me is, mentally, I think I've been polyamorous longer than actually practicing it, because I've always felt that this, like, monogamy just doesn't fit for me. Right. I don't understand why I have to only love one person, or why I can only show affection for one person. Where is this written? Why do I have to go along with what the societal standard is supposedly is? Right.
And then
the problem comes when you love somebody too much. When you let yourself love somebody too much,
and they don't love you the same.
It's not even matter whether they love you back or not. They can love you back, but it's still unhealthy to love somebody that much. Which I understand that ideology of that. Well, I can't have. I might as well. You know, I've been there. I know that. But at the same time, you have to realize, you know, what your culpability is in a relationship going, however it went. You know, you start thinking about, well, damn, I did this. So, you know, you can love somebody too much. And then, see, that complicates things for us men, because we already have a hard time forming those emotional attachments. You already told don't do this.
The missing link to that goes back to a time before we even thought, you know, why doesn't my father is that a protection for me?
Right.
Or is that the way he was raised? Or maybe somebody hugged him one day, a man hugged him. I'm not saying this is what happened, but I'm just saying we got
No, but there are things that could have happened that absolutely that caused him to be the way he is.
Made him feel weird, needed.
Right.
So the things that we think are sometimes a rejection or a lack may have been a protection.
And most of the time they are, like absolutely. But if we don't understand that, all we know is the rejection.
You see, like what I understand with my father,
men were going to jail, killing each other, and then now we got bisexual, then we got gays, now we got transgender. So with all of that going on, purpose of that was removing the black man, the black male from the household. Okay? So with him not being in the household, she's getting the welfare, or she's out there in the workforce, forced to take care of herself, and if she have children, to take care of the children alone. Whether he's in jail, whether he's dead, whether he's bisexual, whether he's gay, whatever. The black male was removed from the home, and black woman was forced to provide for the children, for herself.
You're missing one other thing that removes black male from the home. That's white women. Because after a while, it was run on black men, white women. Yeah, white women. You know, at one point, black men, they just had to have a white woman. No matter what their social economical status was, white women was the way to go. And so that pulled a lot of black men out of the house.
Damn, I so missed that. I mean, I know Rick James, you know, I know, you know, I mean, you did it. I just didn't think of that as a major absence of the black man. So you
being a provider means so many things.
Right.
It means put you in a house. You know, it means I got your back. It means we're doing this together. It means I'm not gonna walk away when things get hard. You know, that's providing, right? I'm gonna provide emotional protection so that you can, you know, I'll be present for you when you don't feel like you can be there for yourself or whatever, you know. So there's so much more definition to the thing, right? And even on the flip side, looking at, you know, the, you know, men with kids, right? I remember I did not want a man who had kids. And I was about 25 when I met my ex-husband and stuff like that.
shout out to Shinjerica, Carlos, and Malcolm, DJ Malcolm Mays out there, Eminem, for tuning in. Speak on It podcast, 2K24, Summer Edition. We out. I'm the host, DJ Black. Next week, same time, same spot. Holla.